share a fucking post. And this motherfucker is ripping and running, trying to head me off and keep George from potentially, even paying me any, maybe even block me, if he can get it done. It's just fucking insane. And then we was in the channel earlier having a very good, informative session, and you can tell that they weren't there at the very beginning of the show because they only came over there once they were, so whoever told them I was there. And then they all started piling in. And then Ghost jumps right up on the panel. And what does he do? He says, "Oh, good show, blah, blah, blah." His whole little nice guy stick and act. It's so. If you come at him aggressive, or if the person was to tell him, fuck off, I'll be able to judge and gauge for myself. Which, coincidentally, ironically, they were talking about before all of them came in there and before he got up on the panel. That was literally something that the live stream brought up, was people going around on here, online, going around and trying to get others to dislike a particular person because they are spearheading against them. They have a campaign against them. They just don't like them. Whatever the fucking reason or reasons. That was just talked about. Literally. And then he comes in unaware of the fact that was just mentioned a couple minutes back and talked about. And he proceeds to do exactly what was just mentioned and gave us a fucking live demonstration and example. I mean, hey, if I could hand you an L through the screen, I would. So take your L. Take it. And then what the fuck was Lady Tracy saying? If you're cool with Harlow, you're suspect to me. But then these same people will go around and be like, well, that person's trying to control who they're cool with and blah, 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 and trying to make them choose. Like, which is it? Do you make up the boundary that if you're going to be friends with somebody, they can't be friends with someone? I mean, it's not like, look, if somebody just does that just because they don't like the person, like the person's not done anything to them at all, or because they're on a spearhead campaign against them, like, that's just dumb. You're allowing yourself to get sucked into something. And here's the thing. The people that were mostly around when all of this first started, that's the inner circle. And that inner circle isn't growing. Like, they don't even want it to grow. That would be a counterintuitive to things. Potentially things could happen if that. So they have then a wider circle, which is the viewers and the occasional people that'll pop up on chat. And look at how they have treated the wider viewers base. Let's just look at the track record. I mean, for God's sakes, freaking, whether Two Sickies, aka Moses, Steve, yeah, and something else, Moses. I know that you live with your parents. It's interesting. All the shit you've talked about me, and you're like, you got like a decade and some change ahead of me. I'm sure there's a story. Oh yeah, I'll drop the link. You got it. Definitely. I got told that all of that stuff that was uploaded and taken down from them spamming the little report button over and over and over from their triggered ass, it's all going back up on Rumble, I was told. So, karma, right? I can't believe Gene Team was in there trying to like. I believe that's Bird on that bitch for sure account because there's been duplicate accounts, bitch for sure's, and it's got to be because I mean they straight up like that wouldn't be a Workyverse person saying that and trashing the Workyverse basically because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to trash them, make them look bad because supposedly nobody was in Bambi's yesterday applying the pressure besides Gene Team, and they didn't apply shit.
Hello.
Like, I've already made Bambi fully aware, like, of you, Hillbilly, and everything else, saying, like, it's crazy that him and others from there are coming around because, I mean, Bird, the whole reason why I separated from them was because they were making me boxed in to choose over you. And the difference is, though, is that she hadn't done nothing to them. And I knew it. So I mean, there what now? If there was some other thing, if maybe she had like went real life on them or something, I wouldn't have decided that way. I mean, I just wouldn't have. And they hadn't done anything real life to her. Oh yeah, I would have definitely sided with them. But that wasn't the case. And you know, now they're over there, and I think it's funny that it happens right as when I'm starting to pop back up over there. You know, so but we had some dumbasses today. Somebody tried to come in and dox me, and they got booted. You know. Are you there, Harlow?
I sure I am.
Okay. Do you have something you want to say? You're like really quiet. I'm like, oh shit, she's still there.
Oh, I'm just letting you talk.
Well, it's just like I'm tired of it. Like I don't want to be ugly back, but that's what they force. I mean, like I've been through here over and over, but just like I told Books a while ago, I said I had somebody suggest that I should fucking fuck with your dad, but I said I'm not letting y'all turn me into a full-fledged troll. I'm not letting that happen. No, I'm not calling you dad. I could have called him though on some real shit and told him that because I was concerned about you, but once you completely decided to go full fuck you mode, you know, I but I mean he doesn't need any more stress after what you put him through last year. And then I was outlining all the things that I'd done for him. Basically, I was like, and I'm all the times you called telling me that Gene and them, wasn't picking up sometimes. It wasn't doing this, wasn't doing that. But I'm just making it up, though, right? That's what
Because
it
it
is. I'm
wasn't
just making it
beneficial to
up.
them. It wasn't beneficial to them.
But
I think that it's
I called your lawyer's office. I ran around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to call lawyers, trying to call the correct facility of where you were trying to get into, which that changed not once but twice. So we went round and around on that a little bit. I messed up one time and was supposed to make a call, and I just got so busy that I didn't make a call. But that happened one time that I wasn't able to get something done the same day for him, and that was it. Other than that, I was there all the fucking time. Like I kept money on the damn thing so he could communicate with me. I gave him money to put on his phone to call out and to get nicotine fucking whatchamacallit, those things that you put in your cheeks. It's not dip, but it's like a nicotine substitute, sort of like pouches, like dip
like a
pouches.
nicotine pouch. Yeah.
Yeah, nicotine pouches. I was giving him money for that. But and then he gets out. He agrees with me. It's weird. They got Ghost and MC now and all that. He agrees with all this stuff. He points out, yeah, you didn't block Xbox. I know it. So they straight up was lying to him when he was really drunk one time because his tolerance went down, and he's been building it back up ever since. And I mean, they straight up tried to get him to block and take my wrench one day when we was still cool by lying to him. And I'm like, dude, I've told you so many things and you even pointed them out and agreed with me. And I'm like, but you never do anything. You never say nothing. you never speak up. I'm like, you don't ever have my back either. I'm like, this is a one-way friendship, dude. Like,
The reason why I jumped up today was to answer your questions about Tracy, outlaw Tracy, lady, whatever the fuck, outlaw Tracy. I'm just gonna
yeah,
call her
but
that.
I just can't believe she said that I'm guilty if I look suspect. Do you understand, Lady Tracy Outlaw, that those hogs over there are making me out to be a child predator and shit, and making me out to just taking everything that ever has come out or what have you, streams I've done. They'll take a scene of it. They'll let you hear a few snippets of my voice. Then they'll stop and they'll interrupt and they'll interject. Then they'll let it play a little bit more. Then they'll stop and they'll do some little stupid cheesy fucking effect. And then they'll do something and just add and add and add. And then at the end, they ended out with something like they had fucking, what was it? What did she say? I think it was they had Brownie, like pour my lungs out of my chest or something. I'm like, yeah. And I didn't watch it, but I looked at some of it and still images going through it. And I'm like, that's just stupid. Like, that is just completely dumb. Like, and they think that that's going to fucking piss me off. Like, I'm not the same as I was 2 years ago. All that shit's been done so many times. Do you not realize that I'm going to grow a fucking tolerance to it? It's inevitable.
Well, Square,
Go
this is
ahead,
what I
Miss
have to
Harlow.
say about that. The fact that this drunk motherfucker that got drunk and called up 911 numbers and threatened people in law enforcement, that's all I need to say about that. There's 12 steps books. Use them and find Jesus again and keep my name out your damn mouth. You ain't nothing but a piece of shit racist. Tracy Lady
Exposed
Outlaw.
himself. He's
Tracy Lady
literally a
Outlaw.
sex crime. He should be
I
convicted
actually,
like it's on
the
video.
only
Sorry.
time that I met Tracy was in Johnny's, and Johnny told us all to sub up to each other, right? So I subbed up to Bird, I subbed up to Tracy. I'm trying to support women, obviously. Then one day, out of the blue, she makes this video and she's talking about how I'm playing a widow and I'm scamming men for money, and I'm doing all
Bird
this
does
stuff.
this?
No, that I do this. That's what
Wait, I
Tracy
don't
said.
understand.
Tracy
Tracy
said that
made
I
the
do this.
video?
No, this was a long time ago. She went through all my videos where I talked about how I used to teach dance back when I was 20 years old. And then I was a widow twice and that all this stuff. And then she took my dating videos from like 2 years before, and she's like, and she scams men for money. So she takes everything from everything I've done in my life, puts it all together, and then puts it on a timeline that it's actually happening now. And all I got to say to Tracy Lady Outlaw is front to back, honey, front to back. You took a shit on live stream and wiped your ass from back to front. You are disgusting. Okay.
That did.
You're an
I remember
ugly.
that happening. Like, Seeper told me about
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
remember
You're
it.
ugly and you're disgusting and you're mad and you want to wear my skin. I get it, baby. I get it. And as for 2 tons of fun in Tennessee, you know what? They call me a whore. They call me all this stuff. I've never sold my fucking pussy. I've never made videos and put them on Pornhub where I was so freaking used up and ran through that I was sitting there posing in Snapchat for pictures while I was had somebody behind me wearing a mask
With a
because
mask?
he was
That's why
because
she
he was
likes
too
Gene.
freaking embarrassed to show that he was actually with this warthog. Okay, so tons of fun, and
Yeah,
her
warthog.
sister can sit down. Okay.
Let's make
Now
it a
I'm cool
regular
with
phrase,
everybody.
y'all.
I
Them the
don't care.
warthogs.
I don't care what community you come from. But if you come at me, you're gonna get your fucking feelings hurt. And all I had to do was go in there because somebody told me that he was talking shit on me. I've never spoke to this man. I've never met this man. I go in there. I said, "Why am I being talked about? I don't even know you." Fuck you, Harlow.
Because they gonna talk about you
You're
because
a
you're
piece
real
of
big. They
shit,
got nothing better to
Harlow.
do.
You're a whore, Harlow. You're fat. No, honey. No. See, I used to be fat, but your two besties over there, tons of fun, are 400 and 500 pounds. They need to get on a diet and lose weight. Instead of running your mouth, get on a treadmill and run that bitch.
What they need to do is Shrek Anetta needs to get old Hogbird on the treadmill or on the dance floor like her, like this wonderful video we have of old Shrek Anetta dancing. It's gonna be great. It's going up on Rumble, guys, and YouTube. Yeah. So stay tuned. But it's literally Shrek Anetta dancing. Like, I mean, a legit real video of her dancing.
Damn,
And how
Andrew,
big she
you're going
is.
to the beach. I'm so jealous. I hope you have a great time, babe.
Hello, Andrea. What do you know? You still a member? I thought you canceled out and weaseled your little way on out from me.
You know what? You can say whatever
Andrea,
you want to.
I gotta. Sorry, go ahead. You go ahead,
You
man.
can say whatever you want to with Little Fusion about Seeper, but he gets the women on here. Okay, he does. He really does.
Hey, Bambi, is that the real Bambi? Thank you for coming by. Yeah,
Hey,
I know
Bambi.
she's supposed to. She was a mod. Let me fix the mods real quick. The thing with the mods was now, Andrea, I appreciate what you did. Oh shit, I got DB. I didn't mean to turn that on. There ain't no need to turn that on. I'll leave the stream up. I'm sorry I turned on DVR, guys. I don't know, but there's a reason. I appreciate you handing and giving Paula what she deserved, which was, you know, basically being
Seeper gets
pressed on panel. Huh?
He said Seeper gets scrapped. Yeah, this is fuck around and find out. Apparently, Bambi. All I had to do, literally, Bambi, was go into books and ask a question, and he literally just went the fuck off. So triggered. He was so triggered. And all I'm trying to do is tell him to work those 12 steps. You know what I'm saying? Work them 12 steps, baby. You'll find Jesus at the end of it, and sobriety.
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy that, you know, she spends literally Monday through Saturday. This is what Bird does. Monday through Saturday, she watches and bush watches, records, gathers, and then about on Thursday, Friday, she starts hastily editing. And the whole time, you know, in the background, her mom is doing every fucking other thing possible that you're supposed to do as an adult around the house. You know, she's not giving any time to her, in my opinion. I don't believe she's given much time to her child. And you can think what you want. I am speaking on her child because this woman deserves, she gets no, I can't even believe I just called her a woman. She does not deserve any respect from me. She doesn't get it. She has went on for months painting me as some pervert, some pedo and shit. And I have ignored her. I tried taking the high road. I ignored them. I stayed cool with books. I'm still cool with Mocon. You know, me and Mocon's supposed to do a stream, and I'm just gonna put it out there. He just wondering, you know, if we're just wondering, like, are they gonna try to use that on a segment? You know, like they have no respect for anything, but yet they think that everybody else should just keep their mouth shut while they run you into the fucking dirt, and that ain't gonna. It's just not gonna go like
here's
that
my
anymore.
question. Right? Here's my question. Now, they say that I talk to you because I have no friends, I have no followers and stuff like that. I'm almost up to 1,900 followers on TikTok. I'm
only
right at 10,000.
Like Bambi and stuff because I can't get no friend either. But here's the thing: I came on here
I'm
to
right
try
at
to
10.
give
Well, wait a minute. Let me finish.
Sorry.
I'm right at 10.
Sorry, hon.
It's okay. I'm right at 10,000 on TikTok. I'm right at 4,000 on Insta. I think it went down because I got rid of some trolls. And on Snap, I'm right at 15,000. So what do you call that? And you have this troll count news. You put your whole life into it. Tons of fun. And you literally do all this shit to make other people feel bad and to try to make people laugh at them so they don't laugh at your ass. But you can't even break 1,000? What?
I have more subs than her, and she'll say, "Oh, I did have at one time a 5,000 channel, yeah, with a bunch of bots and everything else back when you
Oh,
was,
you
I
know
guess,
what
in
I
your
had at one
heyday."
time? I had a freaking channel that had 175,000. Okay, and I lost it because of that's just the way TikTok is. They take everybody's account, which is
I've
fine.
had that.
You don't have to like me. I'm not everybody's shot of whiskey, baby. I'm not.
I've got
Some of you motherfuckers can't handle me. And that's okay. And you can call me ugly. You know, Books was talking about my hair, my gorgeous, gorgeous hair. I'm sorry that my hair looks
agree
gorgeous.
with this. Yes, you are gorgeous. The thing you posted on IG and YouTube today, I liked. You know, like
Oh, the
I'm
before
not.
the weight
I'm not.
loss, because everybody wants
I'm
to
not.
talk about.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
say that you're you're not, and I mean this with all respect. You're not
Mhm.
necessarily like my type, but you're beautiful.
Oh no, you're thinking that's me now. That's not me now. That's
Well, I mean,
and I don't care. I mean,
not that, even if even with the changes, which I think I
right,
might have actually
exactly.
seen it.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I'm not everybody's type, and on top of that, you're not my type either. So that's
I
cool.
understand that.
Everybody has a
I'm not
type.
saying that. I shouldn't have said that. I'm not saying that to be rude or anything, but I mean it in the way like I'm not like
No,
so
I
people
think of
don't
you
think
as
I'm.
a brother.
I don't want them to say that I'm just simping for you or whatever because yeah, exactly. Like as a friend or close friend or brother, sister. Yeah, exactly. I could never see you in that way, but you are beautiful. That's what I truly meant. I mean
Oh no, well,
nothing
thank you for
negative
that.
on that.
I just no, those pictures, that video was meant because everybody's like, oh, she's fat, she's fat. Okay, well, that was me when I was fat. Now, what you got to say? Because when I was fat, I still killed y'all's game. So what the fuck? I still could pull any fucking man I wanted. Now what? And you know what? I didn't have to sell it. So there you go.
Yeah, I know, right, Bambi? So, damn, who outed you, man? Like they're gonna have to get, man. We need to, you know, green. You know, who fucking putting out there and snitching on you, boss? She's
Square
a big
paw.
international drug dealer. I
Exactly.
didn't know that.
I
I
like
do.
big Italians.
But I'm not limited to that. You know, obviously, I married a Caucasian woman, but I mean, yeah, I did date. I'm glad and blessed that I dated and ran into the the friend of mine from middle school. I dated for a little bit, but we stayed friends. Her and her family were from Africa, and they were Muslim, and so all the different culture I got to learn, and how they're not that different from us at all. Like, I mean,
Wait,
that was a good thing. Like, I got a
wait,
lot of friends that ended
can
up
you
being
highlight
Muslim.
that? It says Bambi says been out sending poison, fudge, and drugs to people, you know, since that's what I do apparently. Damn, where's mine at? Do I get
Where,
some? Do I get drugs
oh,
and poison fudge?
hey, can I like look, Bambi, on the down low, like hit me up on
The
the old
stowies,
hit
the
me up on the old Snap
stowies.
or something or whatever that one app's called.
I'll send you some fudge. Oh my goodness.
I see you on the dark web, Bambi. I
Hey,
know your
send
username.
Gene some glizzies since they love to have them things in their mouth
This
like
is
that.
all joking. I have to state that this is all joking because people will fucking clip it
Yeah,
and
I
try to
mean,
run with it.
they're gonna run with the fact that well, Square said that she wasn't his
Oh,
type and blah 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 blah.
did
Well, you know
did you
what? I
happen
like
to
big
see?
Italians, so there you go.
Did you happen to see what I sent you and asked you to look at?
I have not looked at it yet. I'll look at it when we get
Okay,
off the
well we
phone.
can do it. No. I'll do it while we're up here in a minute. But
Oh, okay.
whenever I get back
Ooh,
in. But
green mint fudge.
Hillbilly left two links. He said the first one was wrong and the second one. I listened to both of them. I listened to them about 5 minutes out from the time he said to start. I even went back a little bit to see maybe he got the time messed up. And all that I heard, I said at all, was that one person was you know, and it wasn't ruled out that they supposedly, it was a mother. They took her child because they thought that she had her child around the predator. But it turned out to be false. The woman was a police, and her ex was a police chief. So you see where it's pointing. He had the case thrown up on her bogusly. Like, supposedly they was watching her out somewhere, and they said that a predator zipped up her jacket or something. So they took her kid. And I said, well, still, though, I mean, that's very bad. I'm not saying that's not bad at all. That's horrible. I was like, but I was like, I don't know if it's as bad as being like actually perceived as a predator. But then that's all I had. It was a side remark comment I made.
No,
And he's saying that I self-admitted I'm a predator. And the video I have fully up on my channel. It's not privated. And yeah.
was that a spokesman that said that? Was that a spokesman,
no,
or was that Hillbilly? Was that Hillbilly using spokesman's account?
Spokesman said it, and then Hillbilly commented the stuff. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's Bambi says, "Can you believe Lauren the Hut called my cop saying that I was going to send her poisoned fudge? I wouldn't send that bitch a postcard." Send her a box of tampons and tell her to get off the rag. What the fuck?
I know how to make magic brownies, but, you know, I'm sorry. I could not and wouldn't, you know, ever risk sending any to anybody. It's just it's not allowed. Now, technically,
make sure,
if
okay,
they were
I know there's so many people in the bushes and watching. Make sure y'all go to my channel, even if you hate me, and go sub up to my backup channel, because from what I understand from messages I got sent this morning, y'all are trying to get rid of me. I don't know why. I guess I'm a threat to you, because the only time somebody needs to get rid of someone is if they're a threat.
Yeah. They were talking about how they need to send people at Bambi's and basically yours too, that more pressure needs to be applied, that I'm too comfortable. And they said that he needs to be isolated. They straight up said that. And I fucking shared it around to everybody. And I'm like,
you
just
literally
so you know,
have to be a sick person to want to go after somebody like that. That is sickness. Y'all need to see a doctor. Y'all need padded walls, Jesus, and Prozac. And some of y'all need to go have that pH balance checked, because I'll be damned if I argue with bitches whose pH balance is off. Like Sharp,
no
2 Tons of Fun, and the rest of them bitches. All you bitches got the pH balance off. You know, Chi, all of them. They all want to talk bad about me, Tracy. We know, honey, your pH balance is way off.
I really put my money that Chi is Carrie.
And you know, you people never have spoke to me. You've never spoke to me like a woman and spoke to me one-on-one and got to know me. So the secondhand hate is really ridiculous, and we are grown-ass people. If it's just stupid, and y'all look stupid, but we know Tracy's pH balance is fucking off because she wipes back to front.
Yeah, that's like an automatic, like that's introducing bad bacteria and fecal matter into the, I guess you would call it the vaginal cavity. I mean, I don't.
Exactly. They can fuck right off Bambi, seriously, because like, who the fuck are they? And Bambi says it all the time. She's like, we're their drug and they have to inject us. And the fact that my little name popping up in your chat makes you go off so bad that you needed to check your blood pressure, you drunk piece of shit. Jesus, hon, it's okay. Spill that sweet milk.
Did you see the assault, or the semi-assault that they tried to pull? I can't believe Workies and Jeans are working side by side, but like they all piled in to this new person's chat we was at live that we just met, both of us, and they came in there, and I'm like, choom, choom, choom. I'm not even having to block.
Are you sure that Workyverse would have anything to do with Gene Team? Because I don't think so.
Well, I put it this way. They're not fighting. They seem to all be wanting to be focused on me currently, and they're not doing anything towards the other. But you don't see me running around and saying, Bird had a live, and there wasn't no workies in there pushing back, because they're all fucking blocked, and they just ain't gonna put
I
that
saw
effort
that
on
that
them.
bitch for sure account. Bitch for sure. I don't know who the fuck she is, but you ain't a fucking got a hair on your ass, bitch, until you get on your real channel with
I
your
think
real
that's
name
Bird.
and come
I
at
think that's
me as a
Bird.
woman. Then we know that it's true because she's had so many STDs, it's went to her brain.
She was the one. That's why I say that's Bird, because they were in there, and I
Fuck
feel
her.
like it was Bird. I feel like it was Bird wanting to say stuff she didn't want to necessarily say behind her name. So she went in there and she started trashing Workyverse for not, giving me any pushback lately, supposedly, and all this other shit. And I'm just like, you're
The block
desperate.
button is amazing. I know. But I just can't see Workyverse ever having anything to do with not Bambi, I'm sorry, with Bird. With tons of
And I
fun
made
and
it very
synergy.
clear to Miss Harlow and Bambi, like, with Bambi, it's different. Miss Harlow, we've not had any issues, and I don't plan to ever have any with her anyways. But it's like I told them, like, I'm not gonna, even if y'all were to somehow get one of them to turn or something, I'm not then gonna put any focus on them, because that's exactly, like, I figured it out, and that's what I did in the past. That's exactly what they wanted me to do whenever they turned somebody from me. They wanted me to then focus on them and turn it into a whole thing, and then they would be in that person's chat treating them like a victim, and giving them hats and shit. It's
Bambi,
just
amen. I do what I want.
insane.
I talk to who I want. I go where I want. Exactly. That is me. And if you have a problem with it, then baby, you have a problem. And it seems like a you problem. So go fix that shit.
And I made my apologies. They tried to find this video. It was an old video,
This
and
is
it
a
wasn't
unique
even.
stream, no offense. What's unique about it, Tim? I don't know Tim, so I don't know who that
And
is.
well, this wasn't even. So
I don't think this was planned. And I was just sitting here like, I just got home and I saw you live and then I saw you asking about Tracy. So I was like, yeah, I'll tell him because he doesn't know. He doesn't know what happened. I mean, I literally, and she follows me. She follows me everywhere I go. If I go into a channel and I go into a chat, she goes in. She goes in there and goes, she hurts families. Do you realize that I've hurt families? I've hurt families somehow. And I've scanned a bunch of men for money and blah, blah, blah. Basically, I'm Anna Nicole. And I told everybody that I was her body double, according to Bird. And
that's why Bambi made the Anna Nicole vid now.
Yes, exactly. Because because I looked so much like her when my sister got married. It was funny as shit. And I said, well, yeah, I did do some acting, but what I didn't say, you stupid motherfuckers, and you fell right for it, was I acted in high school. Duh. But you guys, you took it and ran with it. Lots of hostility. I'm up here laughing. I don't know about any hostility.
You can say something as clear as day, straightforward sentence, and they will take it and they will chop it up every fucking time.
The reface was uncanny. I'm vested. That is interesting. Well, Tim, make sure you sub up to me and Bambi, because if you want to have fun, I'm all about comedy and stuff like that. I will roast a motherfucker every now and again, and I will actually burn them. I'm pretty good at what I do. I don't do it often because I'm usually a nice person, but when I do go into roast, I roast.
Hey Tim, how'd you come across my channel? If I mind asking.
Yeah. The pizza versus an empire. I'm for real, right?
Yes, and I'm glad. I just want to say real quick, Miss Harlow, I'm glad that Miss Bambi, because for all the naysayers out there and stuff, like, I've acknowledged what I did.
Miss Charlie, he found you through Miss Charlie.
And I told her, that I'm sorry, and I didn't even really expect her, or anything from. I truly didn't. And she, started talking to me a little bit more. And, so it is what it is. And not everybody might, be so quick. But basically what happened was we was, over at Deadly's, and he caused a bunch of drama. And with all the pressure that Workyverse was doing at that too, it made things go bad. And I
Right.
went and I made some stupid AI videos and stuff about her. But I
Mhm.
took all that stuff down, and I mean, I've never seen, like, I guess that there's some people that might have done it. But I've never seen people take stuff down. Like, it seems like everybody wants to hold on to stuff, or they only take stuff down when they flip flop to somebody else. Like that video of Bird that got took down so fucking quick this morning.
You know what,
Harlow was
Bambi?
on
It's
that with the
okay because
quickness.
I'm petty enough for both of us, and I can be petty Betty up in this bitch. And yes, Miss Barbara, I do. And Tim found you square through Miss Charlie, and we are big fans of Miss Charlie here. She was on my live stream yesterday.
Oh,
Sisters in
yeah,
Grief with us, and she is an amazing
very
human
nice.
being, and I'm so glad that we met her.
Very nice. Yeah, I liked her channel. It was a very welcoming environment, and the mods were on no bullshit. Like, I'm
You didn't
comfortable
do
with, like,
anything I consider a huge sin. Well, I think she's talking to you because if she knew the stuff that I did, she would probably douse me in holy water.
no, I never, like, I mean, I talked about and made a fictional story about her and Ruski, but other than that, other than in
Oh,
that story, I never, like, went after her or talked about, like, her, children or anything like that. Like, I didn't. I don't think I like. The only thing I was just upset about how, like, I felt like that at the time she was letting Deadly along with Miss Pam basically, and the pressure that the workies were doing all the time.
Bambi, can
Like,
you post
that's kind of
Charlie's
what I
link?
felt like.
I don't think I can post it from up here, but can you post Charlie's
I
link?
can, if she can, I will.
Okay,
But yeah, but we
because
moved on, and see,
Barbara wants it.
nobody can accept that. Like, that's one of those photos I shared. They was literally talking about. So I guess the Squares and Bambi are back together. No one's back together. We're just have the freedom to associate, and we're choosing to associate. Like,
Well,
that's
we're acting like
between,
adults and
you
we're
know,
talking things out. So, what is wrong with that? Like, what is wrong with me getting to know you as a person and not going by what everybody else has to say about you?
because then,
I wanted to get to know
I'll
you
tell
for
you
you.
exactly. I'll tell you exactly, because their minds are thinking, if he's not really isolated, then he's not susceptible more to our bullshit. And that's exactly what it's
And
all about.
he's not going to be pushed to unalive himself is what it is.
Essentially, that or end up in a cage, because they've been saying cage or grave again this year. They
Yeah,
said it
cage of
last
gray.
year, but
Well, guess what? That's not going to freaking happen because I'm not going to allow it to happen. And you can call me white knighting. Like I said, you can hit that Cash App and send me money, and I'll go buy a white knight costume and put it on for y'all, you dumbasses. Okay. I know I do what's right. Okay. And I want to get to know somebody for myself. And everybody wants to bring up the accident that he happened. It's called an accident because it was an accident, not an on purpose. So
well, it was
freaking grow
investigated by
up.
the it was investigated
Exactly.
by the highway patrol too.
It can literally happen to any one of you that gets in, that has the ability to drive. Because I'd say about 75% of you motherfuckers don't drive. But the abilities of anybody out there that's got a driver's license to get behind the wheel, that can happen to anyone. It's an accident, not an on purpose.
They took my blood. I mean, and they tried to say, but they gave you morphine until your blood was tainted. Yes, they did give me morphine before, along with some saline, while I was still in my car before they even pulled me out and snapped my leg back straight and put it in a brace.
Ooh.
They did give, but they only gave me 10 fucking milligrams or 15 milligrams IV. And you know what? When they take a blood panel, they can tell down to the nanograms of how much a substance is in you if they want to. So they could isolate that morphine and still look at everything else and determine that that was pre the accident.
You know, when I was in that accident that I was in, and I crushed my arm in like 52 pieces and dislocated it, they gave me morphine on site. They sure did on the way to the hospital. Yeah.
I had to think about that for a second because I thought, oh shit, they found, like, I thought that they found maybe a loophole that they could make. I thought maybe they found a loophole, but and that was before that I looked at the report too, because I really didn't know what it said. But no, there was no
Oh yeah, they know
reporting
more
of
than everybody.
there was no report of
But
drug use, and there was a blood panel taken. Not only my blood, my urine as well. They did that.
well,
They
I
do
mean,
that
think of it.
automatically, especially when there is a death involved. I mean, they had to immediately, they cornered off a little bit. That part of the highway was essentially had to be shut down for a little bit, and they had to divert traffic over to the other side of the 2-lane and make it a 2-lane highway
Mm-hmm.
while they investigated and they ultimately determined that there should have never been a yield sign there. It had happened before, and people lobbied. And now, guess what? There's not a yield sign there. There's a stop sign. So you have to stop and look both ways.
Yeah,
These
that
people
accident that
sadly just, came right
that
on
acc-
through, and I could not
that
avoid them.
accident that I was in was horrid. It was a horrid accident. So yeah, they do give morphine on site when you are hurt that bad and they have to move you. And I was hurt
Oh
that
yeah,
bad. I was in a wheelchair
I'm
for
not
like 6
hallucinating.
months.
I
Yeah.
remember I'd hit the steering wheel because that airbag didn't come out. So my head, my face was hurting. I had teeth that was out that had been knocked out. My
Mhm.
leg was the way it was, and I couldn't tell at first until I noticed that my pants were ripped. I had these Nike sweatpants on, and I saw blood dripping out from where my pants were ripped at my knee. And I said, "Oh boy!"
Ugh,
And I
God.
tried to move. I tried to move, and I could tell like it didn't hurt that bad, but then slowly as time went on, it started to build up this lingering deep pain. And I was like, oh my God, I broke my leg. Like I realized it about a minute after. I'm like, I broke my leg.
Yeah, I
And
broke the leg. I broke my leg on the same side that I crushed my arm, and so
I had to then,
I couldn't do anything. So I had to be in a wheelchair. So that sucks.
it was probably about 30 seconds. And then at that 30-second mark, after I realized that, I looked down and I saw my cell phone on the floor where underneath the pedals almost. And I was able to, luckily, with that broken leg, I was able to scoop myself up enough to be able to reach really down and bend, and I was able to grab my phone because
Mm.
my left leg wasn't hurt. I was able to scoot it forward a little bit, and I just had to really reach over after scooting myself. I got my phone. I called 911. And by that time when I was on 911, I saw these people were starting to come out of the school building. There was a school building right there where we wrecked, and a nurse. They have a school nurse. There was a nurse there, and she came up and she checked on me. And I got on the phone 911. I said, "There's other people here that I'm sure they're calling." I said, "I'm going to call my grandparents," and I hung up on. They told me not to, but I hung up and I called my grandparents.
Were you in shock? I guess probably.
And my grandfather pulled right on up, like he got there within about 10 minutes, because that's how close it is to where I live. Like I was
Mhm.
almost home. I was on the way back from work, and I was just about home. I got let go. I was able to be let off early that day, and I got everything I needed done. I left. I got paid that day too. I had plans that night and everything else, and I was dating somebody, like I had a girlfriend, and
Mhm.
yeah, I got into that wreck. I showed photos night before last. Here, I can actually show you.
Mhm.
I found these photos. That's the reason why I decided to show them. And I don't care if I'm sure that they'd take them. But I didn't give a shit.
I'm sure.
This
They're
is me a
fast.
long. This is me a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm about 17 there, 16, 17.
Hmm.
And this is a guy I met when that's me and him at a Cardinals game.
Hmm.
Um, his family and was from Missouri. He
Hmm.
was in Florida. Like I had to leave a rehab one time. I got into it with somebody, and then the staff ended up, taking their side. So I got put out literally with my phone dead and everything else. I walked just about almost a mile down straight, and the first thing there was a Allstate insurance place, and I went in there. I had the cardinal hat on, like I've got on right there. And she said, hold on, I think you want to meet somebody. And because I told her my situation real quick and said, can I please charge my phone just for a few minutes or something? And, I was saved right then, because he was from Missouri and he got to talking with me and he made sure I got a room that night and stuff. And then the next day I got on a plane, he dropped me off and I came back home. So even after doing that, like then later on, he was coming up to St. Louis. So he called me because we stayed in touch and he invited me up to the game with his family. So that's us at the game. It's the same picture. So I'm like 16, 17 there.
Oh, is that your girlfriend? Is that your ex-wife?
Yeah, that was my first girlfriend.
Your first girlfriend? Oh.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, it looks like.
Yeah.
I love looking at old pictures.
Now, this was my girlfriend when I had the wreck. That is me, like right when I was able to finally stand around without walking. And actually, I think I might even have I either had my cane or didn't, but it's not in the photo. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then I got back. Like she was with me when I was in a wheelchair. Like, and I was literally scooting from the wheelchair to the bed using the weight or the power of my hands. Yeah, I'd use my hands and I would just lift myself up like that and just move myself, like, because I could not walk at all. I had broken my sacrum, basically. And see, I didn't care to show this, but here, you see how my eyes are right there? That's me in the hospital.
Jeez.
That's the result of no airbag in the steering wheel. My eyes are black, like I got decked, like I look like a raccoon.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I was hurt really bad in my wreck too. So don't feel like going right on that. That's insane.
Yeah, that's my knee, technically. And this is what it looked like wrapped up was basically this. That's exactly what they well, no, they didn't have me in that. They had me in something even tighter than that, but they put that on. That was after surgery. They had me in that. So
Jesus. Yeah, I had to walk on a cane for years. For like 3 or 4 years, right after my
yeah,
accident.
exactly. I know. Let me share. Did you share it, Bam? Why did it? Oh, it's because StreamYard. Okay, Bambi shared it. Never mind. I was wondering why it wasn't blue lit up, but that's because I'm on StreamYard. No, but I think
anyway,
the Sisters in Grief episode, I think it went good.
The Sisters in Grief is doing so well. I'm getting so many emails, Bambi, that it's helping people and they're looking forward to it. I also got an email today.
Might not want me up there every time because it's sisters, but
I got a I got a message today, Bambi, about we were asked if we would talk about the different chemical changes that grief causes in the brain. And I told her, I said, I would forward it to Bambi. I said, she does all the medical stuff about it, but I said, we'll touch on it next week. Absolutely. But I just,
I'll tell you what, I think you need a male, if I might be so bold to suggest, could you maybe rethink about making it sisters and brothers in grief? Sisters still first.
You know what, sisters? The only reason why it came out with sisters is because me and Bambi found each other, and that's how we look at each other as sisters. But somebody actually said that in the chat one time, and like, do you have to have a vag to be here? And I'm like, no, it's for everybody.
Well, I only say that because I want to try to help be part of it, but I won't probably be able to make it every time.
We always say that everybody's.
Excuse me? Go ahead. Miss Harlow, are you there? I think she cut out, guys. Miss Harlow? I understand that, Miss Bambi. Miss Harlow, you're still with us on the stage, but if you can hear me, let me know. She might have had to mute and do something. Generally a good idea. I need to bring Miss Harlow up on the stage. I don't know why. Oh, I know why, because I haven't had it. Yep, she fell out. Probably a connection issue. Give her a moment. She'll probably be back. Yeah, just technical difficulties. Oh, I understand, Miss Bambi, because of the loss of your, I mean, it's not the same as, being broken up or whatever, and I wasn't trying to equate it like that. Somebody tried to make it up like I possibly was, but that wasn't what I was trying to do at all. Like, I'm just saying that along with the separation part of that, and like my mom being gone and I'm losing my Mimi too, like I had to watch my Mimi die in one of the most worst ways a human being can go. Like I watched her regress. It seemed like she was only like just functioning barely, and like she had regressed in age in a way, like acting image. Like she wasn't talking much, just kind of like and like the way I watched her eat one time, try to eat, like it really, that shit hit me hard. But my mom didn't keep me away from it. My mom wanted me to, be there. She thought, I guess, that would ultimately be better. And it was around about the time I was 15. I mean, he passed away. And, she had left me, $1,500 for towards a car. She did a lot of things, like living on a fixed income. She still though, like, not only did I have my dad's grandparents, but every weekend I would go over and visit with my Mimi, which was my mother's mom. And so I got to have a lot of good stuff come of that. I had a little Chihuahua long, long time ago for just a little bit, and it just was too much to have and there. So I ended up didn't get to keep him, unfortunately, and grow and try to train or teach him anything. I didn't get to do that. All throughout growing up, mainly the times that there was animals around, we usually they were either the kind of animal maybe you didn't really hold or anything, or we had dogs outside for a little bit, but they were all rescued by my dad, and they had a mom, and the mom was the most scared. Like She wouldn't let anybody come up near her except my dad. Anybody else, she'd run away from you. And we had a pretty good sized fenced area, but it wasn't that big, and she didn't matter. She would get away from you every time you tried to go to her. And finally, they had to put her down. It was bad. I hated it. And I never really got to, except maybe one time, I think I got to barely pet her. And, the whole time she's just sitting there shaking, just, I hate to see dogs and animals go through stuff like that. That's what pissed me off when I saw Pizza do what he did to his dog. Like, now, I'm not gonna lie, Bambi. I kind of thought, like, what is the deal with this guy? Like, I just didn't really understand at the beginning. Because we didn't really look at a whole lot, or maybe I was just not there whenever you was looking at Pizza. But pretty much, I really didn't get it. But I saw that one freaking clip with him and his dog, and that lit a fire under me. I was gonna start like looking at some of his stuff and watching it, but I just didn't. I'm so glad you decided to make that one photo because of what I said. I suggested to her about making a photo, the kind to type, and and then I forgot that I told her, and when she told me, I was surprised. It was funny. Miss Harlow, is you gonna come back up, or you got to go? Closing out. I hate that you got cut off where you could leave if you need to leave. Yeah, Maltese night. Yeah, I tell you what. If that's the case, then I'm the head Grand Master of the Illuminati. I'm the long descendant of Adam Weishaupt, the original founder of the Illuminati. That makes me royalty. I'm kidding. Aldolfo. Oh yeah, the Knights of Malta. It's a Catholic religious order meant to represent. I don't know if they're meant to. I don't. Let me ask Google. I don't want to say something wrong. Now, see, the Knights of Malta is not the same as the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar were founded in the Crusades, and the Pope dissolved them. The Knights of Malta is it evolved from a hospitaller, were originally based in Jerusalem. The Knights Hospitaller were focused on serving the poor and sick, but later developed a military wing to defend those in their care. And they still work for the sick and needy. I want to tell the correct answer to this one. There is an order of Malta. There is a military Constantinian Order of St. George, and the Order of Malta, being inspired by the Sovereign Military Order of Malta. The Masonic Order of the Knights Templar derives its name from the medieval Catholic military order, Knights Templar. So that's where that comes from. So you see, it's one, and the thing is that Catholics for a long time, and still to this day, it doesn't. they don't get along with each other. Like there used to be an edict that you couldn't be a Catholic if you were a part of one of those organizations. That was an actual edict by one of the popes in the Vatican. I actually think it's, I don't know, let me look. I don't know if it's still current or not. Yeah, see, in 1983, Pope Benedict had a letter cited that said Catholics in those type of associations are in a state of great sin. Yeah, Ticket, what's going on? What are we doomed about? You know what I'm about to do, y'all? I am about to light up a pizza. Bambi, if you've got a cool new video of pizza or something, please share it in the chat and I will put it on. I'm thinking of actually sharing some of Grind to Shine's videos on that Jim Terry guy. And I'm watching Watchman. I haven't finished it yet, though. Wanting to check out this dude. Now, again, back in the day, I don't know. Like, I don't hold any hard feelings towards Grind to Shine, even though we kind of did argue. I'm going to say that the only thing that we just argued, and I wasn't sure about it, put it that way. I got no problem playing a video of these guys if it's about that.
What's good, Grind?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that came by, and please hit that like button if you don't mind. It's free. It is. I got some screenshots I can show of all my viewer base and where they are. We got Niles, Michigan. We got a place in Pennsylvania. Oh, we got Memphis. We got Nashville. We got Knoxville. Quoink, quoink. We got a whole host of locations of viewers. And it tells me down to the moment how many watch hours you contributed. Did you know that? I guarantee you ain't got a Haytime, Missouri viewer in yours. And if you do, it's like 0.11%. It's so low, it's not even funny if you do have it at all. Because I did come over to report some things before, so that probably gave you just a smidgen. All right, well, let's check out. This is a playlist on Jim Terry, literally. I mean, and it starts out with Grind to Shine. I don't know if he made it, but there's a bunch of different videos from different channels on here. So let's check it out. Let's get back to the video.
Shine. We're going to talk about Tragedy Pimp today. I'd say the biggest one on YouTube right now is Jim Terry TV. If you don't know who this man is, go Google him. I will give him credit. He does have one story that will come up where supposedly he helped find a missing girl. I don't know if the story is put up on Google by him or one of his sites, but he claims to have a 100% success rate, which is completely untrue because he had no success in the Dylan Drowns case. He actually was fired from that case. We're going to show you some clips of how he talks about Dylan Round's mother, as well as some search and rescue people. I'm going to show that. We'll get back into this guy.
Get blasted for it. Women tell.
This is what gets me. See, this is not somebody that's like got just a personal YouTube channel and came across trolls and stuff. And yes, I'm kind of speaking for myself and other people in the same position. And you come across these troll groups and stuff and people going after people. That's one thing. This guy is in true crime. He's supposed to be helping people who are in the worst of the worst type of situations in life. Dare I say, yes, worse than, anything online harassment based, unless it deals with somebody coming to your house, because that could turn bad. But the whole point is something doesn't go right, then he snaps and he attacks these people instead of just accepting. If he can't fix it, accept it. I don't understand.
Whether or not they got their nails done, the tan is even, toes done, the shoes she was wearing, the pants, the name brand handbags, whether or not she's got plaits in her hair, whether or not she got a roost on. Women notice that shit. And so many
Hey, Mocon, how you doing?
women have noticed that on Candace's change. She got time to go to the salon, got time to go to dinners, but has not searched for her son. But hey, people got to eat, right? I mean, isn't that the excuse? What do I know? Yeah, we'll call Ty.
What are you talking about?
Rescue people, 90% of them are absolutely
Come on, Brandon.
nauseating. She's going to come on the program.
So as you can see, he has no respect for the family that
Hey,
he took money from.
Brown, not sorry, Bambi. Who are you talking about? Whose new channel? You said Clown Boy. Who is that? I didn't get it. Oh, you got JT. Well, please share it. If you got the new channel, please share the link for people and for me. I'm doing all right, man. Oh, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. I've been blessed with grandparents that have been able to live a long life compared to some, and I'm very aware of that. And I try not to take it for granted because, my grandparents are basically like my parents in a way. I mean, I had the best of the relationship I could have with my mom and my dad, but I mean, the fact of it is, besides my high school, 8th grade through high school years, my dad, it was mainly always my grandparents that raised me. And so I have a big influence on life from them. Not that I don't have any from my mom or my dad, but I'm just saying. And I was lucky to have that, two people in a house with a history of doing things the same way, if they're the right way, and they didn't smoke, they didn't drink. I was never around any like drug use, like, I was encouraged to do sports, encouraged to swim. I was made to swim, and even when I didn't want to, I was made to swim. I was very, very expected to do the best in school and always tried. Like, that's what I find funny. They try to act like they can identify anytime an alt account is me if I or if that person or somebody or who they think is me, if they spell certain words a certain way, which people do that with internet and text, like speaking and stuff, the abbreviations and all the stuff we use, OMG, WTH, which could be with, it could be an abbreviation for with, or it could be what the hell, and they're like, he doesn't know how to spell. Like, do you realize I had like the best speller award in every grade? They used to give us a little pen. I've still got. I guarantee you, I could go in there in just a minute and I could find you one of the pens from that time. It'd either be reading. I got reading, I got spelling, I got social studies. I mean, I excelled in all that shit and was the top in the class when I went to a small school. And when I went to Nashville, there was a lot of people that were higher than me as far as like SAT scores and shit like that. Tennessee is a lot different in their education than Missouri. Like the schedule was different, just the way they did things in general was all different. So it was kind of an adjustment whenever I came over to Tennessee from Missouri. The only other time I went to a school anywhere else out of state was when I was at my mom's, and I went to a school in Mississippi for just about a month before I moved back. Dude, I mean, that's what he does, but I don't give him no attention. That's the thing. I know I've got the video paused because I'm talking. I apologize, but or I don't have it paused because I can't pause it where I'm at, but I've got it muted. The thing is, man, that he's trying to like carry that torch. Filthy's not been like, I happened to get, I got told and I went and looked for myself even. I'm not going to say I didn't. I did go look. And the dude is like focusing on Uncle Will and shit. And from what I hear, he's wanting to go at like the Uncle Will, the Creek Squad side. Like I find it crazy because Fusion and a bunch of the other original people around before Workyverse even had a name, they all were from the Creek Squad sector. Hell, they had to be. I mean, they might not have been fully from there, but they were around the Johnny Goble stuff, and a lot of them had Ryan's side. Like, I was there watching him live when he threatened Ryan's sister in a roundabout way, you know? I was there for that shit. Like, I saw it happen in real time. I saw Ryan go to fucking Paintsville in real time. And so I don't know what his motivations are there, but, you know, I try. It's funny because I tried to be cool with Uncle Will, but you know what? Old story. The trolls got to him. But before that, there's a lot of times I used to be in his chat and shit and listen to him. Dude, it's here. I'll drop the link if you're wanting to come up since we talked about it. But, you know, what's disturbing is I've tried, like, the way he'll still carry on the same old narrative and repeat it. Try to say he tried to help me and this and that. Okay, let's humor him and say, okay, all that's true, right? Well, then why do you continue to do what you do instead of just forget me, you know, or anything? And he's not got a good intellectual explanation. Like, the only thing he could say is something troll like, well, because he's a danger or something like that. You know, that's the only fucking thing he could do and be sarcastic about it or whatever. You can't give a logical reason, you know, like if it's me, then why do you keep following me around? I mean, you literally got yourself kicked out of somewhere today because you fucking doxed me right off the rip. I mean, right off the rip. I didn't even have to say anything. Hell, they didn't even know who that was when you put that in there. I had to tell them. It's just crazy. But we try not to, you know, I do my best and I'm just only getting better, you know. That's the reality of it that they don't want to accept. I have no idea what this is supposed to be about JT though. Like, it's weird. I'm glad everybody that's in here right now, though, and getting along. Like, I'm glad to see everybody's getting along. Like, I mean, look, I was just in a chat and stuff, and there was plenty of people in there I didn't give a crap for, and they kept on trying to get and eat at me. And you know what I did? Nothing. I just continued on with what I was doing, which was enjoying the live stream. Boy, it must have lit a fire under their ass. I hope this isn't his intro. I really do. Because if it is, it's kind of, I don't know, I find it a little cringy. That's just me. Let's see, I mean, nobody, I mean, I get it's a live stream, but people that start their streams like that and do like a 20-minute, 30-minute intro before they get there, just a selection of music or something playing. Like, I get it if you come on there and say, look, I'm doing a music stream, but you know, if you're doing a regular stream, like, I think there's got to be a certain point where enough, you know, any more is too much, because this feels like forever.
And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up.
Okay, will do. I'm glad that we're moving forward finally. I've critiqued it a little bit already. Sorry.
Hey, Roberters and Robertolinos. Good evening. Welcome to Jay's for Justice. My name is Jay, and I am your host this evening. And I want to just say real quick, if you have lost your membership, if you come in here and you are no longer a Roberter, or you got some email that said Jay's for Justice has canceled your membership, it's not
Hey,
because I
doggy.
don't want you. If you weren't here the past couple days, we
Yeah,
did
all
some
the doggies
revamping of
here.
the tiers. And
The little puppy. Hey, buddy.
yeah,
Hey, buddy.
you
Hey,
have to
buddy.
rejoin.
Oh, you just all
Thank you so
excited.
much to all the Roberters
Oh,
for
I know.
joining.
I know. You just so excited. How you
Hunter
doing,
and
buddy?
Muffin Top.
Yeah, you're a good boy.
Welcome to
Yeah, you're a
Roberter.
good boy.
So that's the deal with the
Don't
memberships.
be pushing Brownie down now.
Just so you're not confused.
He done got big as hell. I swear to God, he is. You think this isn't big, but you should have seen him just 2 weeks ago. Or 3 weeks ago. He was almost like where I could pick him up with one hand. Now I pick him up with two hands if I were to pick him up. No, do not knock my drink over. You did that last time.
The PI has gotten
Do not do that.
cease and desist.
You just walk. He just goes around and he wobbles and
What are you
wobbles
guys
the hell
doing? Let's
around.
do
He
it.
don't know what he's doing.
I have a question.
He's so excited. He's rambunctious. I think it's because he's, you know, probably not fixed yet. I don't know if they fixed him or not. I can't tell. I ain't trying to tell either. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, yeah, he's fixed. Boy, for somebody
Okay,
fixed,
there
you
is
still
your
got a
poll.
lot of energy in your ass.
For Friday Night Live. Hey, we're doing a Friday Night Live. It's Friday
Damn,
night.
maybe it ain't hit you yet.
Jay's for Justice.
Oh, you're a good boy. Come here. You're a good boy. You're a good boy.
This is pretty much the worst video ever
You're a good
made.
boy.
Okay,
You're a
so
good
there's your
boy.
question.
You're a good
Do
boy.
you think that this means
Oh, yeah.
all the YouTubers
Say hi to everybody
who
on
had
YouTube.
Jim the PI on
Say
their
hi.
channel and let him
Yeah,
state
he's a
all
good
these
boy.
defamatory
Oh,
things?
if I had to treat up Brownie, it's
Heather
all right. You're not
J,
losing
thank
my
you so much.
attention.
And Heather
Brownie's
J
like,
gave
pay
me a
attention
big
to me too.
booty.
Hey, buddy.
She says, kiss my booty.
Buddy. I ain't going nowhere. Hey,
Jerry,
get off
I didn't
him.
cancel any
Look, he's
memberships.
getting jealous.
If you rewind
Don't
about
be doing
3
that.
minutes,
Don't be
I
jumping on
explained
Brownie. You're like
everything. We
getting.
revamped the
You're
tiers.
actually
You
going to
could
be bigger than
rejoin.
Brownie.
Would
It's
you consider
crazy.
rejoining?
Brownie was bigger than him, knocking him around just a couple of weeks ago. Now he's
understand.
fucking knocking Brownie around.
Glasses are getting nerves. So thank you to those
Fucking
who have
crazy.
rejoined. We have 73 votes coming in hot. Only 37% of you think that
Oh, I understand, man. It happens. It happens.
So I don't. If you don't think, thank you so much, Shell. She says, "Game over. The game is over, Jim the PI." Ha! Ha!
Oh, she's
Dodge
talking
that
about
bullet.
GLP. Yep, there it is.
Stand down, Diamond. Thank you so much. Big hearts back to you, sweetheart. So if you guys are,
All right,
you guys
Bambi.
are
Peace
they're
out.
wanting
Thanks
him
for
to
coming
cease and
by.
desist, what do you think they're
No
wanting him to cease
problem.
and
Anytime,
desist?
hon.
Jim doesn't have his own channel, does he? Jim isn't
Playing
saying all
with
these
you.
things on
Yeah, you're
his
just a
own
little
channel.
terrorist. I know.
Is he?
We all know. But for some
Terry,
reason, the
welcome back to
FBI just won't get
Reporter.
him. He's got some type of charm or
Let's
something.
read
The
on.
FBI just
Let's
won't
see
get
what
him.
the lawyer says. Thank you to Nate Eaton at East Idaho News for always giving us this breaking
Like,
news.
man,
on
how
this
do you
story.
feel? You're literally harboring a terrorist. A
Idaho
Sheba
Falls, the family of a
terrorist.
missing man from eastern Idaho is demanding a private investigator stop his involvement in the search for their son.
That's
Dylan
like
Rounds,
a
19, vanished over a month ago while
Sheba-ist or
farming in the
whatever.
rural town of Lucin near the Utah-Nevada border. He last spoke with his grandmother on May the 28th.
Hey, you
Since
calm
then,
down.
nobody has heard from
You
him,
gonna
and
you
other than
gotta
a pair
trip
of rounds
Brownie out.
on the
Stop
property,
it.
there has been no sign of him anywhere. James
Hey,
Terry with
calm
Law Force
down, buddy.
Investigation
Calm down,
in Florida
please.
has been investigating the case, but on Thursday, Idaho Falls-based attorney
Brownie's
Ronald
trying to
Spofford
protect me, and you're trying to
sent
push
Terry
him
a cease
away.
and desist on
He's
behalf
supposed
of
to do
Rounds'
that.
parents, Justin Rounds and Candace Cooley. My office has been retained by the
You
Rounds
don't
and
want it.
Cooley families to
You
send
gotta
this
understand,
letter
my dog
to you and
works.
demand that
He
you
don't,
immediately
and
cease
isn't
and
used to
desist
this much
for
attention from
continued
another dog. Not
non-authorized
even
involvement
naturally.
in the Dylan Rounds case. Swafford wrote,
It's okay.
"You have made
It's okay.
malicious,
It's all right,
unfounded,
buddy.
and incorrect statements and have made verbal and written attacks
Brownie, he's
on the
all right.
Rounds
He's okay.
and Cooley families."
He's trying to almost like
Terry
play
has
fight with
spoken
Brownie,
about
but
the
Brownie's
case
in the mood,
on
like,
videos
you know, stay
online.
back. And he's like getting in
And
between my
Swafford
legs
wrote
and
that
shit.
Terry's words are
Stop.
damaging
Stop.
the
Stop.
integrity and the
I'm gonna have to take you
effectiveness
home.
of the entire
Your parents
investigation.
left you out for a little too long, I think. See, Brownie don't do that stuff. He's
He's
not
not
gonna
doing it on
bother
his own
anybody.
YouTube channel.
He's not
He's saying
bothering
these
me. He's
things
just a
on,
little bit of a
he's
nuisance
using
right now.
YouTubers as a vessel.
I love him. He's a good dog.
I'm thinking these vessels are going to
He's
have to
just
delete their
really,
videos.
really
So the ones that
excited.
are like showing this, that had him on night after night, shit show after shit show, defamatory statement after defamatory statement,
He's too close for Brownie's
you
liking.
might not want to like go live and say this publicly
It's
because
okay, buddy.
you're the reason for it. Since Rounds disappeared, multiple searches have been conducted in the Lucin and Montello, Nevada areas. The FBI is assisting the Box Elder County Sheriff's Office with the investigation, and people who knew Rounds have been interviewed by law enforcement. Rounds' parents say they are focused on finding their son and don't want Terry's private investigation to be a distraction.
Finally, he's
Your
calmed down a little
actions
bit.
are diverting the focus from finding Dylan Rounds to what appears to be your own personal agenda
That's correct.
or vendetta, and
You gonna play with
or
him? Get him,
to
Brownie.
promote
Get him.
yourself at the expense of the
You can
truth.
play. Get him.
Swafford wrote,
Free.
the family of Dylan
You're
Rounds
free.
do not
Go ahead.
want to waste their time, resources,
There you
and
go.
energy with any further action against you in this matter, and therefore request your immediate
What are you speaking
compliance.
about?
And this is the letter that was sent on behalf
He wants
of
Brownie to chase him. Brownie's not chasing him now.
Dylan Rounds' parents.
Tried squeaking at him.
And then it says
Oh shit, my
down
camera. Now he's
here,
over
there's
there.
more. They didn't put an article. Your background. I told you guys about his background. The dude spent time in prison, and I heard him on a live
Say
stream
goodbye,
go,
bud.
you know,
Say
I
bye.
can do this and that because I don't have a felony
Missy,
on my
come here.
record. I don't know how he escaped from a felony on his
It's
record,
okay.
but he told me he
Hey,
would
let
never
me see your
come back to
face.
Pinellas County. And when I hear someone say, I'll never go back to that county, even though my parents
There
live
you
there,
go.
I
See
meet
how
them in
hyper
other
he is?
cities, I gotta wonder why.
He just wants to play.
So when
We
he
ain't
didn't
got that
show
energy,
up
buddy.
that day, He was calling while I was live. I didn't answer him for a reason.
Come on, Branny.
I think that his
It's
lack
okay.
of integrity was all I needed when he didn't show up.
Oh, you can't come in our house.
They included your background and record of services has
He'd
confirmed your
literally
lack
come
of
right the
credibility
hell
and
in, too.
integrity. This has further been demonstrated by your actions in this matter since your release from this matter. We further demand you send to me, as legal counsel for the Dylan Rounds family, all recordings, memoranda, notes, and your complete file in this matter.
Now he's barking.
See that? And people that had him on their live stream night
He's
after
noisy.
night, laughing, carrying on, wanting the clicks and views, wanting the super chats, wanting him to, bring viewers into their chat rooms.
Yep.
We further demand you send to me as legal counsel for the Dylan Rounds family all recordings, memoranda, notes, and your complete file in this matter. Very truly yours, Ronald L. Swafford. So I hope this sets a precedence for other YouTubers to not do the fake shit. To not do the fake shit.
The handmade pizza I'm going to put on.
He hasn't come home.
Fuck it.
Ashley.
Yes, it is. What do you
Who's
think, Branny?
BDAC?
Well, you got beef and turkey.
Oh. Purple pepper. A judge would have to order that. A lawyer cannot. You're right. Lawyer, this is called paper trail. This is called following a chain of command.
Exactly. And that's what you have to do. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about this stuff, so I'm not trying to speak like an expert in any way, but you've got to follow the paper trail. You've got to always follow the backtrack and go through. I mean, it's a very tedious process when lawyers, investigators, and so on and so forth, paralegals, are having to look through the stacks and stacks of legal files and briefs and different things, and just to find that couple sentences, one paragraph that is key to them getting the aha and figuring out what they need to do. I mean, and the same goes for anything else you're trying to investigate and look through or backtrack on. You've got to be able to follow, if there's paper trail, digital trail, nowadays a lot of things are digitally trailed. Sometimes there's a trail left. Here again, there are experts and forensic people out there that can, like I said, they can recover anything. And that's why I find it just crazy, because with my account always being synced to each laptop's the way it works, anything, if I would have done anything like people that troll me and stuff try to say, that shit would be saved. There would be a digital fucking trail, and all it would take is them to report. Like I said, I would not object if the FBI came and wanted to, if they came with the paperwork and everything and had to do it, like, I'm not going to object. I'm not going to try to fight it. I'm not going to try to destroy my stuff. You know why? Because I got nothing to worry about. Period. So that stuff is, it's like a non sequitur. It's complete hyperbole looking ass. I said hyperbole one time as hyperbole. I don't know why. Probably because I'd smoked too much, but I said hyperbole. From then on, that's my catch. And hey, it's funny. Hell, I use it. I got nothing wrong with that. But anytime you're looking at something that's full length, you've got to be able to follow the trail back, paper, digital, otherwise.
Okay. So the first step before filing a lawsuit on someone is to send a cease and desist. And then they also requested all these things. Even if he doesn't send it right now, if they want to take it further, they can. That's the point. You guys may laugh and go, oh, this doesn't mean anything. Oh, they don't have to, it's not a judge. Not yet. This is called the first step. People try to to do things outside of court before they file, right? Because lawsuits are very expensive. And I think they want to focus their monies and their energies on finding their son, whether he's gay or not. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's gay or not. It doesn't matter what anything that this guy said. The bottom line is their son's missing. And his mother thinks he was murdered. So that came out too. Welcome back to Roberta BDAC. Oh, there's Detective Chick again. Hi, Detective Chick. Hi, ICU. Thank you for joining again. I saw you joined yesterday. Cotton Candy Boobs. Welcome back to Roberta. Thank you guys for still supporting me through these changes. BDAC, you sent me the headphones. Oh my God, I've been wanting to thank you since Christmas. Thank you so much for sending me the headphones. I love them. Oh my God, I baby them. Are you kidding me? I love them. They're like my favorite thing in the whole world. Jonesy, welcome to Roberta. Plant Diva, thanks for becoming a Roberta again. All of you guys are awesome. Heather J, thank you for becoming a Roberta. Oh my God, Heather J's profile picture is that girl with Heather, you crack me up. I love you too, Cotton Candy Boobs. Diamonds, thank you for becoming a Roberta again. So now after everybody rejoins, I can there's a new thing too YouTube has made where we can keep track of our members better. We're gonna do some fun stuff. Like members are gonna be one of the core things of my channel, just so you guys know. Caitlin. Okay, so one other thing that I forgot to say about this gym guy is that as far as I know, I mean, I haven't watched anything that he's been on.
This
I've
fucking
just heard he's been on
retard.
channel after channel. Since he stood me up, I haven't.
I think we just about got all the milk out of him for today. Maybe he'll wake up here in a little bit and give us some more milk. But I think he's milked out for the moment. I think he's about to fall asleep on his pills and his weed, his gas station weed. So it's I had just got to the house.
United States of America and for the good of the world.
I had just got into the house whenever this fucking faggot went live. So it's 70 degrees outside. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my afternoon. Appreciate y'all coming out and hanging out. I might go live a little bit later just to fuck off, nothing serious, but yeah, absolutely, Alexander. R.I.P. Music Biz Marty. Fucking A, right. All right, y'all. Take her easy. Go enjoy the rest of your day if it's nice where you're at. If anything exciting happens or pops off, I'll hit the snipe again. But anyway, peace out, y'all. Have a good rest of your night.